begin part 2 of the Jaden X segregationist comments, reasons he is an informant looking to destroy my credibility, looking to go into the cell next to mine from cell 5-0 segment. Anyway, so I left off with a comment concerning, it was a joke actually, but it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good joke. I delivered it pretty well. Anyway, the point was about segregation, and Jaden, there are black people. Actually, the point was that there's black people out there that are actually pro-segregationist. There's white people that are pro-segregationist too. However, I don't believe in it, and I don't think Trump does either, was the point. I think it was a perfect cut, that one. So we'll send that one out. And more points on that. Jaden has said that he wants me to go to CTF with white supremacists. So another point. And he also said that he's getting out of here and no one gives a shit about UPN niggas. So apparently he's not black enough to be in jail or something. That's just my take on it. The way he treats everybody else. He's superior. You can see this stuff, race aside, you can see this stuff with narcissists all the time, that they're superior. He says that he believes that he's never been in a fight before because he's got superior intelligence. He says that. Like on January 6th, he said, I had intelligence. I thought that was really interesting. So anyways, on that note, we're going to do part 2. This is about, I'm going to cover what I heard yesterday mostly, and some of the other things that happened. So we're kind of giving an inside look into the psyche of Jaden X. That's what we're really trying to do here. We're profiling him a bit. Let's see here. Okay, so he started off yesterday doing all sorts of weird antics and then upsetting people, and then they told him to shut up, and then he said, you shut up, etc. Back and forth. They got into a argument, and he threatened everyone in here to a physical fight with, quote, someone else's fist. He said that, quote, a real man gets someone to fight for him, end quote. Another quote, I got a surprise for you, buddy. And then he said, you're all talk behind that door. This is a guy who's never been in a fight before because of his superior intelligence. He also threatened to publish everybody's name and destroy people who undermined him from behind his jail cell. So I mean, this is the kind of person we're talking and dealing with. Here's another quote: "Bitch, ass, shit, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down." That's the kind of attitude he was taking with people. He adopts these languages really fast, the language of everybody else around him. It's a psychopathic tendency to adapt, to kind of portray and elevate yourself, speak the language of people around you. You can see that he's really not very confident when he says these things, but he was really trying to prove a point yesterday. He really wants us to know that he may be an informant, but he isn't a sex offender. Because he's not been charged or convicted of sexual offense. And that's probably going to be true as long as he keeps to being an informant. So it'll remain that way. You get my gist here. He also wants us to know that he isn't gay. He might sing in the shower while touching himself. He might be even singing to me in the shower while touching himself. But how else do you clean yourself in the shower? He wants us to know that he has a girlfriend, a really real girlfriend, you guys. For now, quote, for now, in Florida, but he lives in Utah. And I kind of liken this to the idea of, you remember that kid in middle school that cut out a picture of a model from the magazine and said, "This is my girlfriend, everybody." He said earlier he'd give his girlfriend's number to some inmates here and that he slapped a hoe around, but he's never been in a fight before. This is the guy he said, a real man gets someone to fight for him. And that he would, quote, use someone else's fist in a physical fight. So it's not a direct threat, I guess. He caught himself. All right. I really want to establish the point where he says he's never been in a fight and he slapped a hoe around before for slapping him, I guess. My comment, maybe he'll have his girlfriend fist the entire tier. He has a bunch of music out on the internet, but he only performs the Pokemon theme song when asked to sing some of his own music. I'm going to promote him here, plug him. You can check him out on iHeartRadio as Jaden X, but he can't remember any of it in here. Didn't memorize it, I guess. God, there's so much it just keeps saying, but it ran out of paper. But so did Jaden. He needs, he asked why he can't order more reams of paper every week, because there's a limit of 5, I guess, you can buy. So he's writing everything down. We also can't get grievances because he hoards them all and he fills out every single grievance. I haven't been able to fill out a grievance for anything for months since he got here. No one can find any. Yesterday he asked multiple times for informal grievance procedure paperwork. He asked for a stack multiple times. Stack. In one day, he asked multiple times for a stack. He ended yesterday's argument with that he was mad that the lights were out. I guess he's mad at me for my lights being out. So, because when he walks by my room, he can't stare in and see me. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing there. Shoot, we can go back. Some of this is intended to be kind of humorous, but I mean, what am I supposed to assume when he says these things, these half things, and says I'm you while repeating things said in private on phone calls? I'm glad that I fucking got that cut yesterday. I was really happy that I got it recorded. So we should talk about that. The phone call kind of ended abruptly. Now, my wife said her phone died, which could be true. I mean, but the thing is, I find it really remarkable that my tablet stopped working and I wasn't able to call back in for the rest of the night to establish the rest of these points. Which I'm kind of relieved because I didn't know how much. I would never been able to figure out all this stuff. My tablet was making weird, and I couldn't talk to anyone. All communications for about 40 minutes after that phone call. And that's very weird because the whole day was working fine. So my wife's phone dies, and my tablet, I can't get anything out the remainder of the time. So it's 2 failures on two parts of the communication line, front to end. So that was really strange. Now, what's even more strange was my wife finds out that she can chat even though her phone's dead. And that's strange. It's off to me anyway. And she's writing me, but I can't write back to her.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And another weird thing happened, a weird dynamic, because I couldn't log in anymore either. And it wasn't just communications were running dry, it was that I couldn't even log in anymore. I had full internet connectivity. And it started throwing out really weird error code, like a bunch of weird error codes. But it was the same problem. But one code in particular showed up right after. It was an air code I'd never seen before, and it was air code 17. And, I mean, it's just really strange because of all this stuff anyway, so I don't think someone wanted us to be talking last night, but I'm glad I was able to get through and finish up my points here. So, enjoy the show. This is End of the Road News. Signing out.